Hey tubes, Jonathan's wrong here, truth on budget. Phone lied to me. Got 8 times darker as soon as I started the video. Do one of these. This is not comfortable at all. Anyway, hi! Real quick, just something that drives me absolutely nuts. Literally, it makes me sick with rage. How countries like, for example, China, Israel, these super, oppressive, violent, ugly countries. I'm saying government-wise. I've nothing against the Chinese people. The Chinese government's disgusting. They're a bunch of pigs. But it's I don't know, funny. More disgusting, but at the same time kind of funny. How these countries are all about being sensitive. They're sensitive towards, China's sensitive towards anyone discussing whether or not Taiwan is actually a part of them. China's, they're sensitive. They're sensitive about this, sensitive about that. And the language just makes me sick because they're talking about how they're sensitive when they murder people to harvest their organs to sell them and then put people meat into our food. And they're talking about being sensitive. I understand the whole satanic narrative, but sometimes it's just so in your effing face and rubbed in our faces. The thing that enrages me is how they I don't know how else to phrase it. They rub it in our face, and everyone just takes it, and it makes me sick. It's infuriating to me that they flaunt what they're doing. They flaunt how they act, and then they act like they're sensitive, the country's run by, child raping monsters who literally rape people to death and then eat them. And, then they're talking about this whole Me Too movement, and it's just they do horrible, disgusting stuff all day, then act like they're sensitive towards, other things, and just it pisses me off. And the Chinese government is one of the worst as far as being disgusting, worthless pigs, disgusting, worthless, the lowest form of humanity. And then, being oh, we're sensitive about this, and we shouldn't say that because it hurts our feelings. And it's you don't have feelings. You have to declare yourself atheist, and you knowingly send people to death and then harvest their bodies on the reg. You live in you control a country where people have to chain their children to walls and fences because they can't afford daycare, and they have to work 18 hours a day in a factory for 3 cents an hour. But they're sensitive. They're murdering and harvesting their own people, but they're sensitive. It's shut up. They disgust me. It's just that level of filth is just and it's these countries, like China, like Israel, who are the biggest pigs, who go around enforcing their will on everyone, and then think, oh, we're sensitive about this. We're sensitive. Don't offend us. Don't hurt our feelings. And it's just shut up. Oh man, a lot of these guys with their little. Their little pig dick smiles and smirks, sitting around talking about how I can't wait, man. There's certain people in power that disgust me, that I just absolutely hate. I can't word it. I don't know how to word it. It's just it's a feeling, and just I don't know. If I were capable of vomiting direct rage, that would be the closest word to how these things make me feel, these creatures. But yeah, Xi Jinping, however the hell you pronounce his dumb name. I speak American. and his name is Xi. But anyway, XI spells she apparently. That guy can F right off. He's a fat-faced, disgusting pig. I think saying that he looks like Winnie the Pooh is an insult to Winnie the Pooh. He's one of the most disgusting, vile, fat-faced pieces of garbage on existing on this plane of reality right now. He's one of the biggest pigs. People ignore Asia in all the garbage that's going over, going on over there because it's in Asia. You know, they don't. People are unaware of how absolutely satanic countries like China are. And if you're wondering, go ahead and watch some Chinese media. Go ahead. They're all doing this. They're all doing one eye stuff. They're all sticking out their tongues. They're all doing the same symbology and signs and symbols as they are here in the West. But it's not, since there's no Christianity out there, especially in places like China where you're not allowed to have a religion unless it's one of the 5 state-sponsored ones, which, all the heads of the churches are atheist by design, because if you want to be an active member of the Communist Party, you have to sign a paper saying you're atheist. So the head of the Catholic Church of China is an atheist. And that's just great. That's fine. Everything's fine. Yeah, how backwards and disgusting and effed up China is just, it's, and no one notices or cares, because it's in China, so who cares? Well, you should care, because like all of our pork product, Tyson, if it, there's a bunch of different products of processed meat that go over to China, and they put people into them, and they send it back to us. So you should care about what's going on in China. The government there is beyond filth. The lowest form of humanity is in charge of China. But anyway, just that stuff of it's just any country who's like, oh, we're sensitive towards this and we're sensitive towards that, but actively murder people, openly murder people, such as Israel and China, are the first to say that they're sensitive and that their feelings are hurt. Be aware of those pigs, all right? If you can go around murdering people and then talking about how your feelings are hurt by words, I'm having a hard time not swearing, because I hate those people. I hate them. They're not even people, they're things. They're creatures. They're pathetic and they're disgusting. The fact that anyone gives them any credence, any listening, a second of their time or thought is like, these things are supposed to come to pass and all that, but it's just so infuriating how people just don't care. And these pigs go around saying this stuff, and we have to listen to it. It's just, I hate it. I don't know what else to say about it. I don't know. I can't word it. It's just screaming in colors. Like I want their faces melted off, and I want to watch it, and then I want their faces back on, and then I want to melt them off again. I want to see these people shock and horror as they get their comeuppance so hard. So hard. I want to be there when they realize that they're completely effed forever. I want to see their expression. I want to drink their tears. I know we're not supposed to, feel vengeance and want suffering, but these people that gleefully literally torture people to death and then talk about how they're sensitive, I hate them. They sicken me more than anyone else. To do the things that they do and then talk about how their other people are hurting their feelings. I seriously, I can't talk about this anymore. There's no getting over this. There's no feeling better about it. There's no anything. As long as these people are functioning and walking around and doing what they're doing and then bitching and moaning about how their feelings are hurt when they don't have feelings. Telling me that people that murder and eat children are sensitive and have feelings? Shut up. Okay. I'm about to destroy everything around me, so I cannot talk about this anymore. It enrages me on a level I cannot properly word. Talking about being sensitive. Ugh. Once again, nothing against the Chinese people, just the government. I mean, they're content to, live in squalor and, crap in the streets, but whatever. I'm sure Americans are too. I'm not content to crap in the streets, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. No, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm just watching different things. And China, man, China pisses me off. China pisses me off real bad. They're one of the most openly satanic, disgusting pieces of garbage governments. But once again, no one pays attention because it's all the way in China. Like, why don't you look into it? They're all Xi Jinping's doing the handshake, doing the thumb on the knuckle, doing the same garbage everyone else is. They're Freemasons just like all the others. Dude, there's black Freemasons. All right, there's a black chapter of a Freemasonry. All right, they're looking to use whoever they can. And those everyone wants to join the winning party. They want to be a part of it too. So of course there's asterisk because they lose. They lose in the end. They lose, and they're running. They're hurtling towards it at full speed, towards losing. I can't wait for it because I'm so sick of the attitude, man. I can't stand the attitude. I hate pompous, self-satisfied pieces of garbage. Oh man. I can't wait. I can't wait for their shock and horror. Ugh. So they deserve it. They deserve it so hard. They deserve to suffer. They deserve it. They deserve every second of it. These poor self-absorbed knuckleheads that can't see past themselves to understand that, they were created and that things exist bigger than them, and those people, I pity those people because they're just too stupid. They're just too stupid to make it. And people are like, oh, that isn't fair. Well, is it going to be fair for heaven and the new world to be full of idiots? No, we gotta do a hard reset, and we're gonna have to break a few eggs. God isn't looking for a perfection. He's just looking for capable. He knows we're not perfect. He made us as such. But he made us capable. And if we're unable to be anything other than things, than little pink little cancers, then F off. I don't know. Like I said, I feel bad for the stupid ones who just refuse to look past themselves, but these monsters, that I can't feel bad for them. And the fact that there's going to be a moment where they realize everything you know, I hope that feeling in them lasts forever. That feeling of horror that they've been doing it wrong and all this nonsense. And they've been laughing it up, laughing it up, laughing it up, laughing it up, laughing it up. You know, they're not going to be laughing anymore. And that makes me happy. In my personal opinion, the worst evil is the smirking kind, the smiling, self-satisfied kind. They make me the sickest because they think, I don't know. They think they're it and they're winning and they're doing it right and they're better off. They're better than everyone else. And they're monsters and they're disgusting. But anyway, my phone's been acting weird lately. My rage being spent, I'm now sad. But I don't know. Just be aware, all these the evilest, most satanic, disgusting piece of garbage countries are the ones that are going to be talking about being sensitive and having their feelings hurt. Be aware of that. The second, and any country's talking about, you know, oh, we're sensitive towards this. Be aware. That's Doublespeak. That's Doublespeak for we're going to oppress this. We are sensitive towards means that it is under our skin, under our satanic skin, and we seek to crush it. We are sensitive towards people questioning this narrative. Be aware of anyone sensitive towards questioning things. Part of free debate, part of Judaism, part of democracy, part of philosophy, part of the American country. All these things were based in open discussion. And guess what? They're not anymore. Be aware of anyone that does not want an alternate view, does not want alternate information. Be aware that they're going to be shutting everything down. You're going to have one option. You're going to have one thought. And if you think anything otherwise, you're a deviant, you're a problem, and you're hurting people's sensitive feelings. You don't want that. You don't want to hurt people's feelings. That's the worst thing you can do, right? Be aware of people who talk about hurting people's feelings. Be aware. This pussification, this turning everyone into lukewarm, milquetoast, worthless sacks of gray, squishy flesh. That is the goal, for us to be worthless and weak and accepting of any evil. Just don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. And that's the fake, the love, the fake love. All right, the false love. Let someone do whatever they want love, that kind of love, which is not love. Letting someone do whatever they want and act however they want because you're afraid of hurting their feelings is not love. That's the opposite of love. That's apathy. That's you being self-centered. You don't want to be uncomfortable by checking somebody, so you will not check them. That has nothing to do with you caring about their feelings. That has to do with you being a coward. All right? That's what that is. If you're afraid to say something, you're afraid. You're afraid to say, you're afraid. Take the first part. You feel fear. It is you. It has nothing to do with however this other person's feelings are. You know you don't care about that person's feelings. You don't want any backlash. You don't want to feel bad. You don't want to feel bad for making someone else feel bad. All right? That's all that. That's... And it's just all covered in nonsense. So people with fake feelings and fake emotions can talk about how they're sensitive and hurt all the time when it's just them being little irritated babies. All right? If you're sensitive towards all these things, it's you being a little baby. You're not a complete person. Listen, everything irritates me. Everything. Everything. There's the constant. It is nonstop. But that's just the way it is. I don't walk around talking about how I'm sensitive towards this and that. It's like, no, it's just I hate being lied to. And that's and that's where we're at. They lie to you and they treat you like an absolute idiot while they're lying to you, while they're lying to your face and smiling at you. And it irritates me. You know, you can't listen to the radio or TV without hearing just constant lies, smiling crocodile lies, and it's it's kind of annoying. But these people walk around your alternate idea offends me. It's like, oh, you like cheeseburgers? I think meat is murder. You offend me. Though a vegetarian, is that still a thing? I don't know. I'm so far out of like pop culture. Like I don't know what terms are and stuff. Phrases, these terms the kids use nowadays. I don't know what a lot of them mean. Like I could sort of, glean a definition somewhat. In terms like snap, like where the hell did snap come from? Like when did snap become a thing? There's just different things like where was I when this became a popular term? Because that's kind of how the internet works nowadays. Like something is just boom, like that's a term, and if you're not with it, you're a noob. You're a dork. You don't know the terminology. You got to be up with the Newspeak, and it just changes so quickly. And they're changing terms, they're changing definitions. Words don't mean the same thing as they used to, and it doesn't matter if it's like a definition, if it doesn't fit the social definition, because the social, how a word is defined on Facebook is more important than how a word is defined in the Oxford Dictionary. Fact. If 99% of people use a word incorrectly, that incorrect usage of the word becomes the main usage of the word. And I really hope you understood what I just said, because what I just said was very important. They're going to change the definitions, and it will not matter what it says in a book. It will not matter if a word has been defined by these terms since the inception of the language. It will not matter if everyone else thinks it means something else. You'll be the odd man out. It doesn't matter if we have stacks of books saying otherwise. If everyone else thinks one thing, that thing that everyone else thinks will be considered fact. None of it matters. Everything you know does not matter if it goes against what everyone else thinks. This is what we're in for. It's gonna get to the point where literally you will be pointing at something that will be occurring, and you will point it out, but it will go against what people's narrative, what they've made up in their mind, and they will deny it. Even in open, barefaced, light of day. Because I've seen it on little things, and it's only going to get worse. The disconnect, the psychosis is increasing. They want people to be disconnected and nuts and out of it and have no bearing on reality. That is the goal, and we're getting there. We're getting closer every day. Every day. It's a little bit worse. It's a little bit worse on the roads, driving around. It's a little bit worse, dealing with people. It's a little bit worse everywhere. It's noticeable. Just be aware of the doublespeak, be aware of the newspeak, be aware of the fake speak. They're gonna be talking out both sides of their mouths, and both sides are just gonna be nonsense. Be aware. Be aware. Don't just let it go. Don't just be like, oh, disregard it as though that's how people do. No, we need to start keeping track of double speakers and liars. Because there's going to be a time where we're gonna have to take inventory of who's poison and who isn't, and be completely aware of it. We need to be on guard. Be aware. All right? Don't let this stuff go. Yeah, it sucks being irritated, but you know what? Just you can't let it go. Because no one on the mainstream media is going to be covering anything now, ever again. Nothing important will ever be on the television ever again. Never. We're it. Us and speaking to people we know personally is it. That's all we got left. So do your best. And be aware of these people who claim to be sensitive and claim to have their feelings hurt, because that's gonna be the new way. Feelings. Watch and be aware. May God have mercy on us all. Love you guys. Have a beautiful day and God bless you.